25. Okay, all praise, all praise. Who gonna scribe for me? What brother can scribe for me? Also, if this is anybody's first time online for online classes, welcome home. We do things a little different in the morning. We're just reading through the history and getting an understanding thereof to the best of my ability. I'm not a bishop, deacon, or captain, so just try to bring the scriptures to light as best as I can. All right, so I got no scribes. I got to get started because I got to leave early. I got to go to work and get done. I got to get a scribe. All right, thank you, Brother Lee. Let's start at Leviticus chapter 25, verse 1. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I give you, then shall you keep the land, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard. Every year shall be a Sabbath rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard." So originally, when we came into our land, every 7 years, we would let the land rest. There would be no work on the land. "That which groweth of its own accord of thy harvest thou shalt not reap, neither gather the grapes of thy vine on dress, for it is a year of rest unto the land. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, for thy servant, for thy maid, for thy hired servant, for thy stranger that sojourneth with thee, and for thy cattle and for thy beasts that are in thy land. Shall all the increase thereof be meat. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee. 7 times 7 years, in the space of 7 Sabbaths of years, shall be unto thee 49 years. Then shalt thou cause the trumpet of Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month, in the day of atonement. Shall you make a trumpet sound throughout all your land. And ye shall hallow the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family." So the year of Jubilee will be the 50th year. If you had any servants or slaves of your own people, you will release them. All right, you will release them. That's righteousness. All right. What was that at? Verse 11, verse 12. No, that ain't it. I was at 13. "In the year of this Jubilee shall you return every man unto his possession. And if thou sell aught thy neighbor, or buyest aught of thy neighbor's hand, ye shall not oppress one another. According to the number of years after the Jubilee, thou shalt buy of thy neighbor, and according unto the number of years of the fruits he shall sell unto thee. According to the multitude of years thou shalt increase the price thereof, and according to the fewness of years thou shalt diminish the price thereof. For according to the number of the year of fruits doth he sell unto thee. Ye shall not therefore oppress one another, but thou shalt fear thy God, the God." So that's ultimately what this was about. The Most High did not want us oppressing one another. All right? He did not want us oppressing one another because we're brothers. That's why Leviticus 19:17 said you should not hate your brother in your heart. When you hate your brother, you oppress your brother. You charge taxes towards your brother, what they call usury. All right? Verse 18, "Wherefore ye shall do my statutes and keep my judgments and do them. Ye shall dwell in the land in safety. And the land shall yield her fruit, and ye shall eat your field and dwell therein in safety. And if you shall say, what shall we eat the 7th year? Behold, we shall not sow nor gather in our increase. Then I will command my blessings upon you in the 6th year, and it shall bring forth fruit for 3 years. So the way they will be able to eat is in that 6th year, and 3 years worth of fruit and vegetables and harvest, whatever. He would send 3 years worth in that crop. So we would do it. Just like in Exodus, all right? Just like in Exodus, on the 6th day, he would have double the amount of manna come down and rest on the ground, so we wouldn't have to work. So the Most High always provides for whatever we need. That's why the scriptures tell you, don't worry, cast all your cares upon him. Let's get that real quick. Because in his laws, he set it up for us not to have to struggle or worry about how certain things get done. 1 Peter 5:7, I think. First Peter chapter 5 and verse 7. Casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. So the Most High cares about us. He worries about us. So we don't need to be stressing or figuring out, worrying how everything's going to get done. The Most High going to take care of it if we abide in his laws, statutes, and commandments. Let's go to Matthew. Matthew chapter 6. And let's start at verse 25. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 25. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? So he's just saying, it's not the Most High take care of these animals that don't put in any work or have any significance, and you make sure they're taken care of. How much more precious are the children of Israel? So he's saying there's no need to be stressed and trying to figure out, am I going to be able to eat this? Am I going to be able to do this? Blah, 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 whatever it may be. Don't worry about that stuff. Just do what you're supposed to and let the Most High take care of the rest. And that's what we're reading about right here in Leviticus. Because he told them they couldn't harvest for a whole year. But the Most High had a plan in place for them to be taken care of, even though they weren't harvested. All right, let's read it again. Leviticus 25 and verse 21. 25 and 21. Then I will command my blessings upon you in the 6th year, and it shall bring forth fruit for 3 years. And ye shall sow the 8th year, and eat of old fruit unto the 9th year. Until her fruits come in, shall you eat of the old store. The land shall not be sold forever, for the land is mine. For ye are strangers and sojourners with me. And in the land of your possession ye shall grant a redemption for the land. If thy brother be waxen poor, and have sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. And if the man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, then let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man whom he sold it, that he may return unto his possession. So if you were working another man's land, any excess that you had, you would give it back. You would give it back unto that man, whoever the land originally belonged to, so he could eventually try to buy back his land before the year of Jubilee. Verse 28. But if he not able to restore it to him, then that which is sold shall remain in the hand of him that bought it unto the year of Jubilee. And in the Jubilee it shall go out, and he shall return unto his possession. So we see, even if you bought something, once that 50th year hit, everybody would get their original lands, their original land. Unlike here in America, if your house forecloses, you can't pay it. You ain't never getting it back. All right, that's that. So America does not abide in that law, statute, and commandment. You see, because if you did, after a certain amount of time, you would get your foreclosed house back. You would get your repo car back. But that's how the Most High do it. The Most High is a righteous God. All right. The Most High understands people fall on hard times. He understands people need work. But that's in a community where each and every one of those individuals are keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. We can't do this today. Why? Because we're not on one accord. Let's go to Amos 3:3 real quick. We can't do this as a nation. Not that we can't do it amongst our own body, because we do things like this amongst our own body. But as a group, nation of people, can't do it. This is why. Amos chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? So the Most High is letting you know, if everybody on the same page and agree with the policies and the procedures being put forth, it ain't going to work. It just ain't going to work. All right, let's go back to Leviticus. Leviticus chapter 25 and verse 29. And if a man sell a dwelling house in a walled city, then he may redeem it within a whole year after it is sold. Within a full year may he redeem it. And if he be not redeemed within the space of a full year, then the house that is in the walled city shall be established forever to him that bought it throughout his generations. It shall not go out in Jubilee. But the house of the villages, which have no wall round about them, shall be counted as the fields of the country. They may be redeemed. They shall go out in the Jubilee. Verse 32. Notwithstanding, the city of the Levites and the houses of the city of their possession may the Levites redeem at any time. And if a man purchase of the Levites, then the house that was sold in the city of his possession shall go out in the year of Jubilee. For the house of the cities of the Levites are their possession among the children of Israel. Now, what was specific about the Levites? What was something different about the Levites and their dwelling places? Somebody let me know. Right? They didn't get land. Good. They didn't get land. The Levites did not inherit land. All right. They were amongst all, there you go. They had the liberty to dwell all over. So they had a suburb in every portion of Israel's land. Let's get that real quick. Let's go to Numbers chapter 18 and verse 20. Numbers chapter 18 and verse 20. And it says, And the Lord spake unto Aaron, Thou shalt have no inheritance in the land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thine inheritance among the children of Israel. And behold, I have given the children of Israel all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance, for their service which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of their congregation. So that's why they received the tithes and the offerings, all right, because they didn't have an inheritance of the land to work the fields, all right? So that was their job. They got that tenth part. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 8. Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 8. At that time the Lord separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord, to minister unto him, and to bless his name unto this day. Wherefore Levi have no part inheritance with his brethren, The Lord is his inheritance, according to the Lord thy God promised him. So the Most High separated the Levites. All right, he said they're going to minister and do all my work. All right, Leviticus 25 and what was that? Verse 34. Leviticus 25 and 34. But the field of suburbs of their cities may not be sold. It is their perpetual possession. So the Levites didn't fall under that law because they were the servants of the Most High. They needed to keep their land at all times. Verse 35. And if thy brother be waxen poor and fallen in decay, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, he may live with thee. All right, so now we get the understanding. We understand that every time we read a stranger, it's not talking about the other nations. This may be your brother that is poor, that was waxing poor. All right, Deuteronomy 10 and 18, just another precept. All right, precept these together. So it says in 35, it says, if thy brother be waxing poor or fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee. Thou shalt not give money upon usury, nor lend him victuals for increase. So that's talking about tax. All right, we weren't allowed to put, not tax, interest. We weren't allowed to put interest on our own brothers. All right, so you can't do that. If you lend brother $10, it's $10. There ain't no, hey, after 2 weeks, brother, that's $15. You can't do that with your own people. That's what the Most High letting you know. All right. It says, then thou shalt not give him money upon usury, nor lend him victuals for increase. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth Egypt to give you the land of Canaan to be your God. And if thy brother that dwelleth with thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant, but as a hired servant, and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee, and shall serve thee unto the year of Jubilee. Then he shall depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possessions of his fathers shall he return. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. Thou shalt not rule over him with vigor, but shall fear thy God. So the Most High had a different set of standards when you're dealing with your own brothers and sisters than when you're dealing with the other nations. All right, so understand that. 44. Both thy bondman and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. Of them shall you buy bondman and bondmaid. So now the Most High is letting you know, these other nations were only created to be your slaves. That's why he delivered them out of Egypt. People always say, well, what about the multitude? This is where you go. When they asked about the great multitude that left with the children of Israel, okay, we had to have service when we got into the land, right? We weren't going to do all the work. The Most High didn't want us jacking ourselves up, trying to fix the land up. It says, both thy bondman and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. And of them shall you buy bondman and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall you buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land, they shall be your possession. So it's 44, 45, 46. And you shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, you shall not rule over one another with rigor. So when he says of the stranger, they shall be our bondman, is he talking about the stranger of your own people or of the other nations? Right. The other nations. Because we just read earlier up, where it says you don't want to oppress your own. But they're showing you the difference. They're showing you there's two types of strangers in this Bible. All right. You got to read it in context to get the understanding. Leviticus 25 in verse 47. And if a sojourner or a stranger wax rich by thee, and thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger or the sojourner by thee, or to the stock of the stranger's family, after that he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brothers may redeem him. Either his uncle or his uncle's son may redeem him, or any that is nigh of kin unto him of his family may redeem him. Or if he be able, he may redeem himself, and he shall reckon with him that bought him from the year that he was sold to him unto the year of Jubilee. And the price of his sale shall be according unto the number of years, according to the time of a hired servant shall it be with him. If there be yet many behind, according unto that shall give again the price of his redemption out of the money he was bought for. And if there remain but a few years unto the year of Jubilee, then he shall count with him according unto his years. Shall he give him again the price of his redemption? And as a yearly hired servant shall he be with him. And the other shall not rule with rigor over him in thy sight. And if he be not redeemed in these years, then he shall go out in the year of Jubilee, both he and his children with him. For unto me the children of Israel are servants. They are my servants, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. All right, so we almost done with Leviticus. All right, we got 26 and 27. All right, I want to start 26 today because I ain't gonna finish it. That's a good chapter. Leviticus, just so you know, Leviticus 26 is basically Deuteronomy 28. All right, it's basically Deuteronomy 28 in Leviticus. So I'm gonna take questions for about 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna take some questions. I've seen that name before, Carlton Reynolds. Sister Darnella, the Day of Atonement starts Sabbath sundown. It starts at Sabbath sundown. So bring your toothbrush, your toothpaste, if you're going to the school. And so you can brush your teeth and all that good stuff. But it starts Sabbath sundown. All right, the year of Jubilee is the 50th year. It's the 50th year. The Most High would release all the servants who wouldn't work the land that year, and everybody would rest. That's what the year of Jubilee is. All the servants would be released of our own people. All the servants of our own people will be released in that year of Jubilee. It's the 50th year. Yes, sir. All right, we wouldn't work the land that year. We would let the land rest. We would let the land rest. Any other questions? All right, Lord willing, next week we finish with 26 and 27. Has anybody read Numbers yet? Any of the morning teachers read the book of Numbers yet? Okay, cool. So we're going to keep this thing rolling. We're going to read right into the numbers, Lord willing. What, that in captivity? This is when we're in our own land, Brother Carlton Reynolds. These laws do not apply when we're in captivity. This is when we're in our own land and we're free. You only can apply these laws when you are in the ruling class. If you're not in the ruling class, you can't really apply these commandments. Oh yeah, thank you, Brother Lee, for scribing for me. All praise to the Most High. I appreciate you, brother. So you in the military? I see you in Qatar. You in the military, or that's just where that's where you from, and you found out you're Israelite? You work for who? Okay. All praises, all praises. How long you been in truth, brother? How long you know you're an Israelite? All praises, all praises. When you coming home, man? Where you originally from in the States? Okay, all praises. All praises. Well, we got Jacksonville is in the process of getting to school right now. So Lord willing, by the time you get back, yeah, I know it's a little different in the morning time, Brother Abaddon, because we don't have the same amount of people. So yeah, well, yeah, it's a little different in the morning. Yeah. It's 5:30 when you got 30 soldiers online, so. All right, family. No further questions. I'm going to head out to the plantation. Same thing as a stranger. That's why they use it in the same place. A stranger and a sojourner would be the same thing. Somebody that has lost their land and they're just going from different tribes amongst different inheritance of land. So if I'm not Levite, if I'm a Simeonite, I lost my land in the land of Simeon, and then I'm going from the land of Benjamin to the land of Judah to the land of Ephraim. That's what a sojourner would be, just going from different tribes, trying to find work. All right, family. If any of y'all are in near Tallahassee, email me, call me. Yes, Brother Kafir he just posted the link, and Sister Elizabeth just posted the link. It's called TorahForTheMostHigh.org. TorahForTheMostHigh.org. Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless. Appreciate y'all waking up this early in the morning for class. Pray the Most High continue to strengthen us and give us more understanding in certain of the scriptures. All right. Shalom.